Hello, and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 571, and I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is Monday, the 18th of April, 2022. Laura and I both use the she, her pronouns.
Yep.
And we both estimate this one's going to be a short one.
Shorter than usual.
Because both of us have just sort of been working on one thing.
We've been very monogamous. What is happening?
And not like super driven. At least in my case, not like super driven.
Super driven on that one thing.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about that quite a bit.
Why don't you go first? 'Cause
okay.
I've only got knitting, and that's it.
Okay. Well, so do I. I am knitting on a sock out of Knit Spin Farm in a base that she's thinking about carrying. It's a merino sport weight base. It is in the colorway Zinnia Warrior Princess. I am in the middle of a round. Although when you're knitting in the round, you're kind of always in the middle of a round.
This is true.
I'm really digging how the stripes are coming out. There's like a white bit in between each of the stripes. And this is my weight in line sock. So the bagel guy now asks me how quickly he's moving through customers based on
how many rows you got done.
Yep, because he is a talker. And sometimes if there are two people in front of me, it will take 15 minutes or two stripes to get through his conversation. But this weekend, there were 3 people in front of me. None of which were from up north, though. That makes a difference, because he's from up north, and he likes to talk about up north things with people.
I feel like there needs to be a bumper sticker that's like knitting, saving the lives of slow people since, 1422 or whatever.
Slow-moving people, yep. So, this is the first sock. This is the yarn. That was Buffy. Something's going on that she is not happy about.
She can hear the dog next door.
These will probably get done this week. They are going to go with me to Flyaway. They hang out in my backpack. The pattern I'm using is kind of like a recipe. It is on Wendy Johnson's blog, which is wendyknits.net. She's got all these cool numbers for heel turns. So it's just a toe-up sock with gusset. Worked over 56 stitches on size 1 needles. So that is the first thing that I'm working on. The second thing I'm working on, I don't even think got touched. Oh, this is for you.
Oh, thank you.
That's this month's...
Strawberries Day.
Yep, that's Spin Farm. And that is a shawl that is designed by Tammy Gore. It is the Out of Winter shawl that I am knitting on size 4 needles? 6? 6 maybe. 6. Everything's on size 6s this week. It probably hasn't been touched much, but I am on the contrast, which is very contrasty indeed. And I am going to work on this probably, I don't know if this is going to go to Flyaway or not. It might. I'm thinking about starting a new sweater. But enjoying this. This is hand spun. Kumasi is the variegated color, and then the brown is just Corriedale, and this was a BFL. And I think I started that back in November, so it has been a very slow knit, but I did have to spin yarn for it. I'm thinking about taking either this or starting, because once this gets to lace, it's not going to be great.
It's not a car project.
I mean, it'll be good for in the car, but not for
well, if you have to look
people.
at a chart, though. Or is it just a repeating, like it's simple enough to memorize once you do?
I don't know. It's on my phone, so.
Yeah, I can't, if I have to look down at something while the car is moving.
You can't do it?
I get my stomach.
Interesting.
Icky.
And it might, though. Like, my stomach might not be, because we go through, like, Arkansas.
Yeah, the mountains.
The mountains of Arkansas, so we'll see. So I'm going to try to ply. I had started that sweater spin a year ago. And I used 1.5 pounds or 1.25 pounds of, patchwork kits from Hello Yarn. And I am going to knit the flax light out of it. So I started plying that today. So if I can get like 8 ounces plied and the twist set and ready to go, I don't think I'm going to break the cardinal rule and not swatch because it's a top-down raglan.
Yeah, I mean, you are an established enough knitter to know you're probably going to need to go either up this many needle sizes or down this many needle sizes or whatever the reference.
And I had swatched for it before. I had made a little hat to swatch for it when I was doing the sampling process. But, you know, with hand spun, things can change too, so a swatch isn't going to be as accurate. And the nice thing about hand spun is once you set the twist, usually the yarn blooms and does what it's going to do at that point. So it's not like you have to worry about spinning oil or anything else. We'll see. I applied for 2 hours earlier while I listened to an audiobook, so we'll see how far I get in it too, before I get bored. So those are the 2 projects that I have on my needles.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Well, I've got 2 things that I'm actively working on. The first is something I just cast on today. When
I know that colorway.
I was in a meeting that would never end. This is the Knit Spin Farm Sport Weight base, the Targhee Sport Weight base, and the coloring book day.
Yeah, I knit this for my sister for Christmas.
And once I get through the next, I'm just going to do a simple sport weight sock over 56 stitches. And once I get through the pink, then I'll just do straight stockinette versus ribbing. I always do for self-striping, unless it's a really long set of colors.
You do one repeat?
I do a full repeat of colors.
Oh, interesting. For your ribbing?
For my ribbing, and then switch to stockinette.
I just do 1.5 to 2 inches.
Yeah, I like a, it depends. Like, I don't really care how long the ribbing is as long as the sock itself isn't too long. Like, from the ankle bone up, I only like about 4 inches. So, yeah. So I'm knitting on that. I use a size 3 needle, which I think is 3.25 millimeter. Yep, for a US size 3. And these are just my, I don't have to think about it project. You know, I have 10 minutes. So what am I going to work on? I'm going to work on this.
Yeah, that's what I love socks for.
And the other thing, I've actually put a fair amount of work into it this week. I'm sorry, Buffy, I don't mean to scare you, baby.
Oh yeah, you have.
So this is skein number 2 of, here we go, The Wandering Flock. And this was yarn that Laura won and then I stole from her. This is...
That is an accurate statement.
100 grams of, well, each skein is 100 grams of fingering. I plan to use as much of the 2 of them as I can. I think I'll be able to do an extra full repeat, but we'll see. This is the Cosmic Tie-Dye colorway, so it's a really soft Farragut. And I don't typically go for pastel-y colors, but for something about the combination of these just really pulled at me. So I am, I made a lot of progress. I'm into the lace.
You have.
Sorry, there we go. So it's a brioche. You can either do a single color or 2 colors, depending on your fancy. So I'm doing a single color, and Buffy's right underneath us.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, this is the wrong side. And yeah, so this is the brioche little lace section.
It's very pretty.
It's pretty
It's very
easily
squishy too.
Oh, that's what I love about brioche. The pattern itself, there are only 3 rows out of 12 where you really have to think, and the rest are sort of like kind of like rest rows, where it's just like you just keep the pattern as established. You don't have to change anything.
It's more like ribbing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the pattern has you do 1 more repeat, but I'm definitely going to have enough
To do 2?
to do at least
Perfect.
2 more, because this is really, I mean, it's pretty, but it's very shallow.
Yeah.
And I want to use as much of the yarn as I can, and you can end it at the end of either chart and it'll look fine. So
Buffy's butt is now on my feet.
now she'll know if you're going to move.
Yeah.
This is her tactic. Pearl does this.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm really happy with this and really enjoying it. This pattern is called Erradale, E-R-R-A-D-A-L-E. and it's by Emily something.
I wonder if that's if it was named after the Frozen
I have no
place. I don't know how that's spelled.
I don't know. Let me click this link and see who it's by. Emily something.
Emily K. Williams.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I like her designs in general, and this one I had bought during, I think it was during a gift along.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
You're
happy
finally knitting it.
I would be knitting right now out of it, but I'm in the brioche section, and I'm on the row where I have to think, so it's not getting any work done. I didn't get any sewing done this week either. Well, I got some cpap masks sewn. I'll talk more about the cpap masks next week because I had several people message me on YouTube about them. So I'll talk briefly about them next week, and I'll bring up, you'll get to see me in my sexy headgear.
I cannot wait.
And I'll show how they attach and everything. You can buy them commercially through like Amazon or whatever your online resource preference is. But the ones that you buy there are disposable, so they're like paper, and they have little sticky tabs on the outside that stick to where they need to, but they're pretty expensive. It's like, if you want to buy a box for a month, it's like $35 a month.
And you're using all those resources.
Yeah, and if that's the only way you
yeah.
can do it, that's the only way you can do it, and that's fine. But I'm trying to reduce my dependence on Amazon where I can. So, plus this is something I can make and use a million times.
Yeah.
So. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, I have a finished object.
Ooh, I didn't think it would be dry.
It did dry. So this is Recalibrate by Shayna's Designs. And I've tried it on and it fits really well. I am going to weigh it to see exactly how much fiber I used. I'm guesstimating that I used around a pound. But I will I definitely used 12 full ounces of the Varigate. I had very little left over. And then I might have used around 14 ounces. It fits very much like a poncho with sleeves or a boxy type sweater. I'm going to try to get some pictures of me at Flyaway in it. But yeah, it's done. I really enjoyed the knitting process on this. I will probably make another one at some point. So yeah, that was knit on size 6 needles. I got to try out a new pair of needles for this bottom edging. I bought some Lantern Moon, just one set of tips, and then two. The cords came in a pack of 2. And I really enjoyed them. They're ebony, but all the imprints are gone after like just what, 4 inches of garter. There is no sizing information on them at all anymore, but there is like a nice, lovely gold smear. But I got the swivel cords, which are kind of like a metallic cord, and I enjoyed them, and we'll have them in the SSK tasting room. But yeah, I'm going to have this to wear at Flyaway. I haven't decided what day I'm going to wear it. Probably Thursday while I'm taking classes with Maggie.
What day will you get the most exposure?
Or Friday.
I was going to say, you don't get there until Thursday. So. Yeah,
Thursday I'll be in the car all day, so I might wear my overalls because they are super comfy. And then Friday I might wear this, and then Saturday I have my Tiff Nealon hand-spun sweater to wear with a dress and leggings. So, yeah.
Cool. You're hand-spun out.
Well, I mean, one more hand-spun sweater. And Mom's gonna wear maybe my my other hand-spun sweater. So we're gonna see how it fits on her. The V-neck magpie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to think what the other hand-spun sweater was.
Yep. Those are my 3 sweaters. These are my 3 sweaters that are completely out of hand-spun. And then I have a sweater by Hohi that uses hand-spun in the yoke.
Yeah, I remember Radiate.
Yep. So, because I've been working Fingering weight. All my sweaters have been fingering or sport weight out of hand spun too.
To be fair, I feel like the bigger you are, the finer the gauge lays nicer. That is my opinion. That is not any sort of factual information.
It just depends on the climate that you live in too. For us, fingering weight sweaters get the most wear because
it just doesn't get cold enough.
It doesn't get below 40 degrees here very often. So, yeah, I mean, there's that. So, I'm very happy with that. I like the way it looks. I ended it right at the right point after blocking. It's just like a little bit past hip length. So, all good things. And I even wove in all 30 ends.
That is impressive, friends.
This morning. And did all the I-cord bind-offs. So I'm
more impressed by the ends being woven in.
I know. There was a point where I was like, I could just tie these. But I did not. I wove them all in.
So you didn't get much spinning done then?
No, I didn't get any spinning done.
No?
The only spinning I got done was I did a live and Pearl let me spin for 5 minutes. And then a
live on Instagram.
Yeah. And then my backdoor spinning, I probably got like half an ounce spun while Pearl was outside throughout the week. But I'm really, that is the best like wheel placement. Like it works so well because I can just sit and drink coffee and watch her prance around outside. And it works just really, really well for me. So that was a good decision. And it's an e-wheel, so it just sits on my kitchen table.
Have you had to clean off your kitchen table for...
Oh, yes.
For Grandpa Wee's coming into town?
I mean, I will. I haven't yet. I mean, all I have to do is lift up that wheel and move it someplace else, and then it'll be all... And he'll have a space to eat. I have like a little cabinet that my washer and dryer fit into. I don't have like a full laundry room, and it's right there beside my back door and kitchen table. So laundry gets stacked on the kitchen table.
Yeah, I have this.
That's what just happened.
Game of chicken with the laundry that sits on top of the dryer. It just continues to just.
See, mine can't.
It's clean and it's folded.
Oh, mine can't fit up there.
It's like. I just don't want to put it away.
I gotcha.
So, anyway. So I don't have any spinning.
Nope, I don't either. I'm working on the sweater spin plying right now so that I can maybe take that with me.
I'm going to work this weekend while Laura's out of town on sewing some more Versa camis, which are the tanks with the shelf bra built in. And I'm going to try to adapt a sports bra pattern out of that, just to see if I can, just to see if I like it.
Interesting.
Because all of the sports bra patterns that I've purchased and made haven't done exactly what I wanted them to do. So the Banksy bralette is probably the closest. That's the one that has like the built-in like cup support, like the X thing in the middle. But I just want to try something simpler, something more like the Tomboy X, the bralette that they sell. So we'll see. As far as reading, because Laura's counting now, I am re-listening to the Tales of Verania series, which is male fantasy, kind of humor fantasy, in preparation for
the new book comes out soon.
Yeah, I think it's called The Damning Stone or the something stone, and it's Prince.
Is it Vanishing Stone?
No, something with a D.
Okay.
And it's Prince Justin's book, so I'm excited about that because he's very like snobby and noble and funny. And I am listening to a series that I've read before, Chronicles of the Warlands by Elizabeth Thawne. It's male, female, fantasy-ish romance, and it's not like gonna knock your socks off, but it's a good listen to, to work with. And I am also reading some fluff. It's called Set Um, what is it? Gods of the Duat by Alessa Thorne, which is a male-female romance, and it's Egyptian gods. So it's just male-female romance with a different front. And it's just brainless stuff to put me to sleep. So
Okay.
I enjoy it. What about you?
I started re-listening to the Alpha and Omega series by Patricia Briggs, which is a male-female werewolf urban paranormal
Yeah.
fantasy type thing. And then I have been listening to, I've been reading the San Andreas Shifter series by G.L. Carriger.
I think I've read one of those.
And
sounds familiar.
I don't know. It's the same woman who wrote the Protectorate, Parasol Protectorate, but these are also adults, but male.
They're werewolf, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I've read maybe one of them. I don't
Yep.
know.
There's 3, so I'm just rereading them because I needed something to read while I wait for some books to come out.
Yep.
Because everything this month seems to be coming out on like the
5th or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next week.
Yep. So yeah, that's been about it. Watching Father Brown still. Lots of hockey. Playoffs start soon.
I finished Righteous Gemstones. There's only 2 seasons.
I played all of Haven Park, which is a video game for the Switch, which is super cute. It's like 4 hours long.
Yeah, you talked about this last week. Let
Yep.
me let Buffy out. I'll be right back.
So I finished that. It was super cute. Very like old school Zelda type vibe where you have these little quests that you have to do, but there's no like monsters to defeat or anything. It's like a cross between that and Animal Crossing. And that's about it. Super chill week for me. 4-day weekend, which was lovely. Got lots of sleeping in.
I feel like this is almost rubbing it in people's faces. But
oh, sorry.
At my at my work last week, it was not wonderful and sleep filled. It wasn't as bad for me because I was able to drop off and pop back on. But we had our longest ever support call, and it was 52 hours.
Oh,
So
wow.
it started Wednesday around noonish and finished Friday afternoon. And there were people on that call every single minute of that time, troubleshooting.
How does that work if you can't sleep, like, for 52 hours? That's a long time.
I mean, there were probably only 5 or 6 people
but still,
who were on there most of that time straight. But those 5 or 6 people only got about 4 hours in 2 days.
That's...
And that's very, very unusual.
Yeah.
Usually, problems get resolved within a couple of hours. Occasionally it'll go to 7 or 8 hours. But in this particular case, it was something that related to a cloud appliance. But no one could say that for sure until we kept going higher and higher and higher and trying different things and different things and different things. And at that point, there's only 1 or 2 people who know the infrastructure well enough to do these things. So, yeah. Luckily, I am intentionally not one of those people. It's funny, we got a new person on our team this week who lives in California. And we had a call today where we were all just, saying hello and meeting her and all that. And we're all telling her about the other people. Like, oh, that's, Donna. This is her favorite thing. And her husband trains dogs and all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
And when it came to me, Donna was like, this is Leslie. She never wants to be a manager ever again. And I'm like, yes. I will be the happiest cog in your machine.
This is an interesting way to introduce people.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was fun. I like the people that I work with, so I have no complaints.
And you work in a fairly small, close group.
Yeah, there are
with your direct
6 people in our group, so.
I don't even know what that's like.
I am lucky, and I know I'm lucky because I genuinely do not care what I'm doing in IT as long as I like and respect the people that I work with, and I do, and I'm happy.
There you go.
And I don't want that to change. So,
I mean, I understand.
And I can work from home in my jammers.
I mean, I love your jammer pants
I
today.
know, I'm wearing my Tomboy X ones. I think that's all I've got.
Yep, we are just blathering.
We're
at
just
this point.
filling time.
Yep. So I will be at Flyaway next Sunday, so we will not have our regular Patreon event. It will be the following Sunday,
Yep.
which will be May 1st instead.
And we'll do our fail along the week before that.
Yep. So we'll do our fail along probably the Monday that I get back. I get back on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But my parents are staying through Sunday night, so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna
Wheezy's
spend time with them.
I'm out as soon as you get back.
No, they're staying through Monday.
Oh, they leave Monday
morning.
Okay.
Because he didn't think it would be fair for Mom to drive 8 hours and then have to get back in a car
Drive
and go
7
for
more.
7 more, which I agree, that would be terrible. So if you are going to Flyaway, I hope to see you there. Definitely come up and say hi to me. I'll be the woman in the dinosaur overalls on Wednesday or Thursday. And then I have class with Maggie Casey all day Friday.
Sadly, this is not a lie. This is true.
No, this is true, and I'm
there
super
will be
stoked about
dinosaur overalls.
Yep.
They do exist.
They do exist. I'm super stoked about them.
It's
It's funny that you're so critical of my
I know,
dinosaur overalls,
I-
but you have the ugliest overalls
I
ever made, and you wear
100
them all the time.
and I love them. I
know.
love how obnoxious they are. Like, and I make a point sometimes to wear like only things that I've made, but not in a combination that is aesthetically pleasing. And go to Michael and be like, "Are you glad that you married me?" And like do that all the time. So I understand my hypocrisy 100%. But I don't know. It's just a gut reaction.
Leslie also doesn't like some of my shoes.
I don't object to most of them, but yeah, some of them are pretty hideous. And there are a lot of them.
There are a lot of pairs of shoes.
But I have a lot of stuff too, so I'm not,
I have kangaroo shoes. That's the ones that Leslie really hates.
Oh, they have the pockets in them.
Yes, they do.
Do your shoes need pockets?
Yes, they do.
Rethink your life.
It's great for keep. When I was a kid, I would keep lunch money in there.
Well, that makes sense. When you're a kid, it makes sense.
I need, I don't have pockets in my pants at work. I need some place to keep money there,
Yeah,
too.
but you can't put a debit card in that
No,
thing.
but I can keep money for soda. Or, although they keep increasing the prices in our vending machines. It's $1.50 for a bag of chips now.
Yeah, do you know the Scarrett Bennett Center, they took away their vending machine because they didn't use it enough? And I was like, we're going to have to work out a deal where you buy X amount of cases of stuff,
Yeah.
and we just buy it from you and sell it to the
Yeah,
or
whatever.
Because we can't just bring it in and sell it ourselves.
No.
It's against the rules, so. Anyway.
Nope.
All right.
Although there are probably still the water fountains, which is good.
Yeah, and that's great, but in the mornings I need soda. So.
They do have soda at breakfast, too.
That's
All right, friends.
Y'all have
We'll
a
talk
great
to you
week.
later.
Bye,
Bye.